Howdy, this is Patrick Von Dohlen, your proven conservative candidate for City Council District 9. I had the great and distinct pleasure of having my son, Jack, here with me. And Jack, how old are you?
11.
11. You have to speak up now. Okay, so be very bright and cheerful for our audience here. And we have an opportunity to have some questions asked by Jack and answered by me. So I hope you enjoy this. And with a little father-son combination, I want to thank my daughter, Hope, for videotaping this, and she can go get her breakfast now. All right, Jack, what questions do you have for me?
Here's the first question. Why are you running for City Council District 9?
It's a great question. Did you come up with that on your own?
Yes.
All right. Well, it's a logical question, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is a logical question. So why am I running for City Council District 9? It's to serve the people of District 9, to be a public servant. I've been active in public service for a long time as a private citizen. And for a couple decades now, I had a great example with my own dad, who was a state rep for 14 years, and my mom who served him, who helped him serve us. And then I had a grandfather who was also on the board of the San Antonio River Authority. I have other aunts and uncles and relatives who have all served some time in public service, whether it be county commissioners or tax assessor collector office or whatever, different things like that. So public service is in our blood. And a selfless service is also in our blood and has been modeled to me by my parents and grandparents and other family members. And what a great testament that is to my own parents, but also in our other family members, how important it is to give back to society. And so I'm running because I live here and I love San Antonio. I love District 9. I'm from a little town called Goliad. Remember the album Remember Goliad? They are as part of the battle cry of the state of Texas. And they're inseparably connected, San Antonio and Goliad, in Texas history. I love Texas history. I want to help preserve that and keep San Antonio on a good course. We want to change the course and direction of the city of San Antonio that's currently on right now because our family, our very way of being is being undermined and attacked. And so I want what's good for you, Jack. I want what's good for your siblings. And we have 9 children, Jack being the third youngest. And I want to have a legacy that where my children have an opportunity to live in San Antonio in peace and raise their families if that's what they choose to do, but have a life filled with peace and joy for us and for you as well. We want all families to be able to do that, and this be a great place to continue to live. Quality of life issues are paramount, and I want to make sure that we're able to give back to San Antonio and help them do that. So we want to get back to basics. We want to get back to business. And we want to back SA Blue. There are 2 propositions on the ballot that you're going to be voting on. Proposition A, which gives City Council a blank check to pass bonds for any reason, not just infrastructure, and that will drive the city into greater debt. I encourage you to go vote no. Go vote against Proposition A. Proposition B, even more important, is an attempt to defund the police by disbanding their collective bargaining. And we need to make sure that we protect the rights of people to freely associate. We're given God-given rights, not only for the right to life, the right to peacefully assemble, the right to worship, the right to free will associations. The police have a right to free associations and to collectively bargain. So they choose to come together freely, and then they deserve to have professional representation against the city of San Antonio. And because the city of San Antonio is a big city government, $2.6 billion annual budget, and they need to have professional representation. The city of San Antonio has professional representation by taxpayer-paid lobbyists going to Austin to bargain on behalf of the mayor and council on the legislative agenda they passed, and they're using taxpayer dollars to go do that, to go to Austin. That's collective bargaining in a different sense. So police have a right to do that as well. So we need to get back to basics. We need to get back to business and back SA Blue. Business owners have a right to express their deeply held religious beliefs in their workplace, in their business environment, and to run and operate their business. We need to let the business owners decide if they're essential or not, and masks need to be up to people's free will. Business owners can decide that as well as people deciding whether they want to go into stores or not based on that mask mandate. But government needs to get out of that business and let businesses get back, exercise their own business owner conscience rights, and then so we need to have freedom, Jack. So does that answer your question? Does it really answer your question?
Yeah.
All right, go. All right, what's the next question?
How do you plan to fix things?
Well, working with people is obviously paramount to that. And just as we as a family and Sometimes we have to beg and plead, right, to get y'all to do something and help around the house or motivate you in certain different ways. We have to provide sound and reasonable arguments for people to come along and see the facts, see what's good for the individual and the common good. I've been successful in doing that over the last 10 years and being very active in the public square in the city of San Antonio ever since Julian Castro was elected mayor and started attacking the family, the very basics of society, and with his policies. And we started a nonprofit organization to help protect, defend, and promote the family. And we worked in the public square to bring people together. And in 2015, we passed the very first ordinance that protected not only life, but particularly life, but also property rights, property values, and the sanctity of family life on December 17, 2015. So we have to work with people, we have to provide facts and real science, and we have to make sure that laws are candid and everybody plays by them. There's no favoritism. So we make sure that the application of those laws is fair so everybody can participate in there. And in passing that ordinance as a private citizen, I had lots of help, but it led the effort to make sure that that happened. So I have the track record, Jack, to do it. And as you see, we get things done here at the house, sometimes by insistence, sometimes by encouragement, sometimes by being relentless as a dad. But as a dad, we protect, provide, and lead, right? And so I tend to lead by example. I will strive to lead by example. I'll provide facts and information to the people and work with them. Yeah, in this business of, politics, although I'm not running to be a politician, I'm running to be a public servant. In this business of politics, we have to truly love people, even people when they despise us. And we have to look at, as Jesus looked at Peter, when Peter betrayed him the third time, and he looked at him as, I love you. And no, despite what you've just done to me, I want what's best for you. We have to want what's best for the other person. And that comes across when you're genuine about it. And hopefully that will be what we need. But facts, figures, I'm a partner in a financial planning firm. And we do fee-based financial planning for our clients, primarily physicians, and deliver anything that requires a dollar to them in the science of facts. So I will plan to take that same skill set down to City Council and provide financial science to a city that's in $6.4 billion in debt, and we have to make sure we reduce debt so we can reduce your taxes. So I plan to bring all these skill sets. I have the knowledge, the capability, the ability, the experience, a good experience, and a proven track record, and a desire and passion to serve the people of District 9 and San Antonio. Does that help?
Yes.
All right, don't just say yes. You want to give me some real feedback. So what's the next question we have?
How are you different than your opponents?
Well, hopefully you just learned a little bit. You know I'm different from the standpoint of I can be relentless as a dad, right? And wanting you to do certain things. We start everything, tend to start everything and try to strive to do everything, starting with prayer, right? We prayed a prayer right before we did this video and started it. So we want to put things in proper order and want to pursue the natural order of things, because we know that natural order is what's good for the individual and the common good. We want what's best for people. So I think that desire to do that, I'm a patriot, and I will protect, defend, and uphold the Constitution of the United States of America and the Texas Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic, anybody that would go against that, whether it be our First Amendment or our Second Amendment. We know that the Second Amendment protects the First Amendment. Our ability to own, carry firearms is our ability to defend our first and basic primary rights of First Amendment. And so I'd say life, liberty, faith, marriage and family, and truly wanting what's best for people and for the society to prosper and our community to prosper. So a conservative, proven conservative in this case, because conservative values matter. So that's a huge distinction. You'd have to know a little bit more about my opponent from that standpoint, but the San Antonio Express-News put a hit piece out on me last Saturday because I called him our socialist incumbent. And it's true. He has been endorsed by Bernie Sanders' One Revolution, and his policies for promoting gun control and many other things are very socialistic. He's a nice man, but he doesn't represent the values of District 9 and what's truly good for individuals long term as well. Does that help?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
A little bit? All right, well, let's keep going.
Where did you get your morals, principles, and ethics from?
Well, a gift from God. Obviously, our faith, our virtues are a gift from God. Faith, hope, and love, right? And y'all have all been hopefully given that gift as well, but through baptism. But that starts with our parents, right? I had great role models as parents, and that they baptized me. They helped me learn about God. They helped me have a passion about God and family and people. And so it's how important it is to have that example, right? And hopefully your mom and I give you and your siblings that example to passionately love God and to love your siblings, your closest neighbors. And as difficult as it is, if we can deal with our family in a charitable way, in a loving way, we can deal with anybody, right? And so I'd say it's by example, by teaching through the Bible, and through doctrinal formation, spiritual direction. And so it's been a great gift.
Okay. What are the most important things to you?
Well, we just talked about it. My relationship with God is number one, and then my relationship with my wife, your mom, happy, and then each of you are 9 children, and then it goes from there. Out from there, and it becomes very natural. It is very natural in that proper order. So if we have a government and city government that is continually looking for ways to remove God from government, and for that progressive government to become your new God, and we have to fight back against this. This is a part of communism. So faith, family, and freedom is how I would summarize it. Faith, family, and freedom are the things that are most important to me, and I was taught them by not a good example, but a gift from God.
And last question, what kind of legacy do you intend to leave your kids?
One filled with hope. Despite whatever is going on in the world, we place our hope in Jesus Christ, right? And because we know in the end, He's won the war for us. And we have to do our part, though. We have to participate, and we have to make sure that that we don't omit things that we can do, and we don't commit things that we shouldn't do, because our participation, our reaction, our action to His love that He's done for us shows directly our love for Him, right? And so a faith without works is a dead faith. And it's a faith with good works is what we're striving for. And so that legacy is a legacy of good works that provides an example to people, especially to your mom and to each of you, that what was in my heart was love for God and a desire to serve Him and His people, His children. And so that's the legacy I hope to live, and obviously leave the world in a better place than it was before. Despite what good or bad might be happening in the world, we always place our hope in the Lord, and that allows us to carry on with life and persevere through all the trials and tribulations and the great things in life, to live a life of solace, of solitude, of satisfaction, knowing that we did everything we could. There's a man named David Moore, a retired police officer, and some other police officers have thanked me for the work to educate people on Proposition B, the attempt to try to defund the police by disbanding their collective bargaining, which is so bad. And you even made a comment. What was your comment? Do you remember?
No.
Yeah, well, we were talking. You were asking me what was I going to do, and I said I was going to go stand with the police to educate people about defunding the police. What did you say?
Why go against the people who protect you?
Why go against the people who protect you? I think your exact words were, why would anybody ever defund those who save us on a daily basis? Is that right? Something like that?
Yeah.
Okay. So why would anybody want to defund the people who protect us on a daily basis? Yep. And how true that is. But in their compliments to me of saying, thank you for going to do this, my response was, if I didn't do it, it would be a sin of omission for me, because I knew the facts, I had the resources, and the teachings of not only the church about free will associations, but also the ability to go and express that and use my candidacy, my campaign, to educate people about what was going on truly with Proposition B and how bad it is and how it breaks and goes against people's rights, particularly the police officers' right to free will associations and their ability to collectively bargain against big city government. And so if we didn't do that, it would be a sin of omission on my part, and so that'd be a great regret. I want to live life, my legacy also, I want to live life where I don't have to, I minimize those regrets. There's a few I have in my life, and I wouldn't want anybody else to repeat those, but leave a legacy of peace and joy, knowing that we responded, we were docile to the will of the Holy Spirit, we responded and acted and did our very best to do what's good. And so we did that. We put together, I put together a pastor's press conference with David Moore's help. We went and saw pastors individually from the Archdiocese of San Antonio to the San Antonio Baptist Association to Lighthouses of Prayer International, everybody in between. And we had many different pastors down on Monday, April 12th, where they came out and talked about the importance of free will associations, the teachings of the Bible, the teachings of the Catechism of the Catholic Church, and other documents of the Church, and expressed encouragement to go vote against Proposition B, and also signed a declaration of the right of free will associations to the people of San Antonio to know to go vote against Proposition B. Does that help?
Yes.
All right. So do you have any other questions?
No.
Nothing off script?
Yeah, that's all.
Don't want to put me on the spot?
No.
Okay. Well, on behalf of Jack and myself, Patrick Dohlen, and Jack's 8 siblings and his mom, Happy, thank you very much for your time and attention. Remember, conservative values matter. We have to get back to basics. We have to get back to business, and we have to back SA Blue. I greatly appreciate your time and attention. I humbly ask for your support and your vote. And you find out more information at votepatrick.org, votepatrick.org. Jack, would you do me a favor and go turn off that camera, please, since Hope left the room. And again, thank you very much for your time and attention. May God bless you.